Hey everybody, welcome into our happy hour recap, the vlog for businesses that would like to successfully market their way through this crowded digital world that we live in, and we'd like to help you get there. I'm Mark Tennant.
And I'm Barry Edwards of Edwards Communications at edwardscom.net.
And we're saying hi and howdy and coming to you today from the Sunset Harbor Bar and Grill right here in Fairport Harbor, Ohio, right here on the beautiful shores of Lake Erie. What a glorious day we have. Great food, a great atmosphere, and as a matter of fact, I think we'll be enjoying some of that good food here in just a little bit.
Yeah, and you can't beat the prices here. It's
right.
Obviously, the views are spectacular, but the food's great prices. And as a matter of fact, we're even redesigning their website as we speak.
Yep.
So look for a rollout here shortly, June 2014.
And that really dovetails nicely in with our subject today, because we're going to be talking about website redesign, not website design, website redesign. A lot of businesses have had kind of the same static site for years. So Barry, why would a business want to redesign their website at this point?
Without question, one of the top reasons is to make it responsive, mobile friendly. That's so that it looks right, adjusts right from your desktop through your tablet, right down to your phone.
You know, and we preach about that all the time, mobile. I think every episode we've done so far, and this is number 9, we've talked about mobile. Okay, so back in the 90s, when websites were first developed, essentially they were really online brochures for their business. Internet capabilities have come a long way. How does a business need to think about in terms of a website redesign and functionality here in 2014?
Mm-hmm. Well, in 2014, we expect our websites to work for us, to really be a hub of our company as they should be. And there's 3 kind of factors I like to look at as to how to make them work. And the first one's kind of obvious, e-commerce. Yeah. If you're selling your product or service online, simply taking the order and paying for it that way. But a second one, which is a really smart way to work, is using your blog as a resource library. Yeah. And that is accumulating training materials, videos, your content, and putting them online. That it reduces the need for more human interaction, keeping that resource there, but it increases your SEO dramatically. Okay. So it's a really smart way to use your website. And finally, equally as smart, lead generation.
Yep, inbound.
Make your website a salesperson for you. Somebody out there pounding the streets instead of you. So it's really just tying in your social media into it and communicating with these prospects, using it for your inbound marketing strategies.
Okay. All right. So I think most of us understand e-commerce, and you explained developing resource libraries, but how do you use dynamic interactive site for lead generation? How's that work?
Well, I touched on it a bit with tying in your social media and communicating with prospects. Okay. But it's also about collecting that valuable content. It's got to be great content, making it into ebooks, white papers, and giving those as giveaways. So you start assembling your own list, getting them to opt into it.
Yep, there you go. The beginning. There we go. You were the first one to mention the list.
Now, what percentage of your marketing program success is your list?
80%.
80%. It is. It's very, very important.
Now, okay, so you're online. Great. How do you intend, as a business owner, to drive new traffic to your redesigned website?
Well, it's no longer if you build it, they will come in 2014. That's just not the case. So, you could give yourself a quick shot in the arm with a Google AdWords campaign. Okay. You got to have a few bucks aside for it, but, it gets a quick spike. You shouldn't pay more than $500 for initial setup. Okay. Because prices are all over the place. You can get very, very much gouged on that. But then I found a nice sweet spot to be about $200 to $300 a month in your per click. Percentage right there. So that's a good way to start off.
Okay. Or, along with a paid campaign, you can create you can drive your organic content-driven approach, feeding the appropriate social media outlets with your good stuff and good content, and always drive them back to your newly redesigned website.
That is what we recommend the most. That is what we preach. It's just it takes a little time and certainly some upfront effort. But yes, that's a great way to go. To piggyback on that, I'd suggest going to some complementary complimentary blogs, complimentary companies, and answer questions on their blogs. Also go on to LinkedIn groups and answer some questions there that lead them back to your website, create some exposure for you.
Right, good stuff. We touch on branding from time to time. We have talked about that, and a lot of people think branding maybe is just a logo, right? But it's really more than that. So how does branding affect your website redesign?
It's way more than your logo. So many people do think that. But your logo is very important because it is the first impression of your company very often.
Right.
But branding is truly everything that you have out there that creates the feeling that people have when they think of your company. It could simply be the way you answer your phone, but it is most certainly your vision statement, your mission statement, your slogan, and the general content that you have, the methodology, the things that make your company unique.
Yeah.
That's what I think about when I design the website and incorporate that content so it's equally unique.
Okay, good stuff. All right, what about an e-commerce website? I mean, people are probably thinking a little bit ago, how does that work? Is it safe? And then, once people start buying my stuff online, products and services, how do I get paid?
Yes, that's a very valuable question, but it can unfortunately take a full video in and of
Another
itself.
10, 15 minutes.
So just to summarize, we'll break it down into B2B and B2C.
Business to business, business to consumer?
There you go.
All right.
So business to business is very easy. Just use a standard PayPal account.
Okay.
We purchase a lot of things online, web tools and so on, and we're just used to using that PayPal standard. But when it comes to B2C, consumers aren't as sophisticated with their buying and get scared off very easy.
Yeah, they do, right.
They don't want to feel like they're leaving your site, which you do using a PayPal standard. They want to feel that it's all being processed right there very securely. So first you purchase an SSL certificate to lock down that information.
Keep it secure.
Keep that credit card information secure.
Okay.
Then you need to set up your own merchant and gateway, and that's if you're bringing in enough valuable traffic to make that worthwhile. That's what you need to do.
Okay. There's so much involved into redesigning a website. We really haven't even scratched the surface of it. So look for more insight next week from Barry on that and some tips as well. But that's going to wrap up this one for us here at the Sunset Harbor Bar and Grill in Fairport Harbor. And thanks again to...
No, Tom and Tony, thank you so much for having us out here. We need to eat and drink a beer.
Well, until next week, and from another great location here in Northeast Ohio, somewhere out there, we'll be with you next week. Have a good week. Cheers.
Happy.